My name is MacLeod Anderson, and I teach aerial dance at Weber State University for the Performing Arts Department. Marry our sides. I've been doing aerial for about 7 years. I've been teaching it for 6. Turn them to the side to get them together so that they end up the right direction. Locally, there's a company called Voodoo Productions that puts on a lot of corporate events with aerialists that I've performed with. Currently, I'm in a show this weekend that is Flight of Fancy down at the Rose Wagner Theater. I would say the hardest part of aerial silks is the immediate amount of strength that's required off the bat. A lot of people, specifically in the United States, can't lift their own body weight. And that becomes a bit of an inhibitor in the beginning of aerial because we kind of demand that pretty quickly.
My name is Michael Wente. I've been doing aerials now for about 1 year and 4 months. I would love to say that I have a least favorite part, but I don't. I mean, I guess I could say the fatigue, but I mean, I love my silk burns, I love the exercise, I love the fact that it is so different from what most people think of when they want like an exercise or a hobby. Like, this is something that is so unique. I took a ballet class my sophomore year in college, and for the showcase they showed the aerial performers doing their stuff at the showcase, and immediately when I saw things happening I was like, I want to do that.
My name is Morgan Stonehawker. I've been doing aerials for about 3 or 4 months, only 1 semester. I do a lot of cardio, a lot of aerobics, just like the warm-ups we have in class. I do a lot of running, push-ups and curl-ups, just the things to work out those different muscle groups. I have gotten stronger, especially at work. I've noticed it because there are certain reasons that I have to pull myself up onto things, climb around, and now that I've started doing aerials, it has become easier and I've gotten better at it, and it's not so much of a strain for me. I gotta do it barefoot because my shoes don't allow the right grip for climbing all over.
The most rewarding part of it is seeing students overcome those blocks strength-wise and ego-wise once they kind of commit to working on things even if they're bad at it, and seeing like when they cross that threshold of feeling like they're strong and feeling successful in the moves that they're doing and really getting excited about it and not being so extremely hard on themselves with it when they start to really grow as an aerialist.
I have never suffered an injury at this point. Thankfully, I don't really want to suffer an injury. However, I feel like, battle scars like bruises or silk burns are wonderful little things to say, hey, I do something cool and you may not know, but let me show this off to you and let you see that I do something amazing.
Luckily, I have not been doing this long enough to sustain any major injuries. I do get a lot of bruises, especially on my arms and legs.
I have all of my own equipment actually. I made it a priority, and so I saved a lot of money. I bought 2 silks and a freestanding rig that I set up in my backyard or in buildings on rare occasions, and I show off and practice.
It's expensive. Silks cost a lot. The equipment, the hardware, safety mats, rigs, even just the leotards and the clothes that you need to wear them, it can get expensive.
Most beginners in aerial have a hard time with the strength, and they are really hard on themselves, and so emotionally as a teacher it can be really difficult to watch people be so hard on themselves in the beginning because they're not very strong yet.
You might think you're not the right size, you're not the right shape, you aren't strong enough, you aren't flexible enough, but those are the same things that I thought when I started. But with practice and dedication and training, you can learn that you can do it just as much as anyone else.
I feel like people look at it and say, there's no way I could do that, or that's way too hard for me. I don't have the strength for it. You will never know what you can do until you get up there and try.
I think the biggest thing with silks is that you just have to start. Find a place that teaches aerial. You can start on other apparatuses if silks is too hard. You can do lyra or hammock to kind of get started.
Do it.
Do it.
Don't be afraid to do it.
If you want to do this, if you think it might be fun, take a class. Go out there and find out more, because it is definitely worth the time you spend for it.